President Trump secures $600 billion in investments from Saudi Arabia. He delivers an epic speech as the Crown Prince rolls out the red carpet. Here's why Trump is trending today. All right, today's Trump is trending is going to focus on President Trump's historic visit to Saudi Arabia. Let's just start with the optics of this thing. You could see the massive amount of respect given to President Donald Trump as he enters Saudi Arabia. He's greeted by the Crown Prince, who rolled out the red carpet. He was there to greet him. You could see the noticeable difference between the way Biden was received there and the way Trump is received there. He even had a horseback motorcade guiding him. And if you even look at the way that the Saudis are on horseback, there's more American flags in this horseback motorcade than there was at the whole DNC, right? You can see the amount of American flags that they had there, just showing President Donald Trump a massive amount of respect. They even brought in a mobile McDonald's for President Donald Trump. All right, one other key point before we get to the groundbreaking deal that was made there. This thing blew up and went viral. They offered President Donald Trump a little small miniature cup of coffee there, a little espresso shot or some kind of Arabic coffee, and he did not drink it. So people were quickly posting things saying, "Oh, never trust anybody." They thought maybe they were trying to poison him. The truth is, President Donald Trump doesn't drink any stimulants. We know he never touches alcohol. That's not his thing. So they should have done their homework on that and maybe brought President Donald Trump a little Diet Coke shot in the glass, and he would have definitely knocked that down. But let's get to this. Trump secures $600 billion in investments from Saudi Arabia, with the Crown Prince saying that he is willing to look at possibly increasing that to $1 trillion in investments. Trump emphasized that the U.S.-Saudi relationship is more powerful than ever. He highlighted 80 years of partnerships when he was announcing the $600 billion of investments, the commitment from Saudi Arabia, including a historic $142 billion defense sales agreement, the largest in history, to bolster the security cooperation. President Donald Trump also envisioned a Middle East defined by commerce, not chaos, promoting a golden age through investments in AI infrastructure and technology, such as Saudi Arabia's Data Vault, investing $20 billion in U.S. AI data centers, and partnerships with companies like Google, Oracle, and Boeing. President Trump did deliver a historic speech there while he was in Saudi Arabia. They actually played Lee Greenwood's God Bless the USA as he walked onto the stage, his normal intro song. They even played the YMCA on the way out. I'm not sure if he hit the Trump dance or not. I'm not sure. But I'll tell you, his best line from the speech was, "It's God's job to sit in judgment. It's my job to defend America." And I thought that was beautifully stated. President Trump also expressed a strong desire for Saudi Arabia to join the Abraham's Accord, describing it as a special day for the Middle East. He acknowledged Saudi Arabia would move at its own pace. He did criticize Iran, but offered an olive branch, suggesting a potential deal to reduce tensions, obviously also saying that Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. He's always been very strong on that. One of the other major announcements Trump made was that he announced plans to lift sanctions against Syria following discussions with the Saudi Crown Prince, expressing hope for Syria's new government to stabilize the country, and mentioned upcoming U.S.-led talks in Turkey involving Ukraine and Russia. So this led to discussions including Saudi Arabia's potential role in mediating global conflicts such as the Russia-Ukraine war, regional issues like Iran's nuclear program. So this really signaled a shift in Middle East policy. He wants Saudi Arabia to take a role in mediating these conflicts like the one between Russia and Ukraine, also getting involved with the denuclearizing or making sure Iran doesn't get any nuclear weapons or has a weapon program like that. He emphasized the new golden era of U.S.-Saudi relations, highlighted by a strategic economic partnership conveying energy, defense, and mining. So it was a major, major day for President Donald Trump in the Middle East. Again, the optics of this thing were incredible. The mainstream media, just as you would expect them to do, they're trying to knock President Donald Trump, sitting there saying, "Oh, he's falling asleep. Look at him." This is a guy who just yesterday was given a speech with RFK Jr. in the White House, and now all of a sudden he's in the Middle East, which now it's past midnight there. The time change is a pain. President Donald Trump is a workhorse. We all know that. This is the same media, mind you, that covered up Biden's mental decline for years. They knew it. Now you even have Jake Tapper coming out with a book talking about how Biden had a mental decline and the Democrats were covering up. Meanwhile, it was Jake Tapper himself that was covering up for Joe Biden and his mental decline. The mainstream media, it has to be completely and totally ignored. One of the other things was President Donald Trump banned the AP, the Associated Press, from being on Air Force One. He doesn't want the fake news anywhere around. It's time to knock it off. Everything they have said has been completely and utterly wrong. The stock market is through the roof. Inflation is down. Egg prices down. Gas prices are down. Trump's tariffs are working. We see the deal with China. We see the deal with the UK. You are going to see another 20 deals happen very soon. Trump knows exactly what he is doing, and other countries are playing right into his hands. The mainstream media absolutely hates this. They're so busy worried about saving illegal immigrants and gangbangers, flying down to El Salvador, going to ICE detention centers and causing trouble over there, trying to fight to get these murderers and other lowlifes out of prison and put them in the neighborhoods with the American citizens. This is why the American people rejected the Democrat Party and spoke loudly on November 5th. We are 100% standing strong behind President Donald Trump. He is giving us exactly what we voted for. Now, we cannot say the same thing about the House and the Senate, who is doing very little to none to keep up with the pace of President Donald Trump. They have got to codify his executive orders. They are not moving fast enough on that. You already see, Senator Tillis, who blocked Ed Martin from getting the appointment in Washington, D.C. You see Tom Tillis now underscoring President Donald Trump's historic pharmaceutical deal that he just mentioned with RFK Jr., dropping pharmaceuticals to 30 to 80%. He's there undermining that. You got John Thune doing very little. Speaker Johnson coming under the microscope. These guys are not moving fast enough. It's like 539 days until the midterms. They have got to match President Donald Trump's energy. They've got to match his speed, and they got to be on the same page as Trump delivers us into the golden age. They are not doing it fast enough, but President Donald Trump, he is absolutely doing everything that we voted for him to do, and I love every single minute of it. If you enjoy these breakdowns, make sure you follow the podcast so you can hear the top 5 reasons why Trump is trending each and every day.
Trump is trending, he's everywhere. From the news to the cafes in our air.